In exercise 1.5, we've got the situation where the owner of a small business has rented the property for the next 3 years and paid $99,000 up front to do so. So effectively that works out at $33,000 rent in 2015, 16 and 17. So the two questions we've got to answer are, firstly, how should the $33,000 in 2015 be treated? Is it an asset or an expense? And secondly, how should the $66,000 for 2016 and 17 be treated? Is it an asset or an expense? So before we can answer those two questions, the first thing we're going to do is realize that as soon as we pay that $99,000, that represents future inflows of economic benefits for the business. Therefore, that actually meets the definition of an asset. There's a resource that we control, we can rent the property. 2, it's a result of a past event, we pay the $99,000. And 3, we will accrue some future economic benefits because we can rent the property. Therefore, it's easy to figure out now what is the $33,000 in 2015. What we've got is a big pool of economic benefits for the future, $99,000 of assets, and after 1 year, a third of that is gone. So when we use economic benefits, we know that's an expense. So looking at the definition, that's an expense because there's been an outflow of economic benefits, the consumption of the rent. 2, it's decreased an asset, in this case the asset's called prepaid rent. And lastly, it's had the ultimate effect of decreasing owner's equity. So in writing our answer, we'll say the $33,000 in 2015 is an expense because there was an outflow of economic benefits. We consumed or rented the property for $33,000 for 2015. There was a decrease in assets, in this case the asset was prepaid rent. And lastly, it had the ultimate effect of decreasing owner's equity. The next question is, well, how do we treat the $33,000 for 2016 and 17? That's prepaid rent for the next 2 years. It actually meets the definition of an asset. We identified that earlier, and the reason why is it's a resource we control, and there's been a past event, and there'll be future economic benefits. So writing our answer for that, how should the $66,000 for 2016 and 17 be treated? We're going to state that it's an asset. Why? There's a resource that we control. We can legally rent the building for 2016 and 17. 2, it's a result of a past event. In this case, the firm paid $99,000 to the landlord in 2015. And thirdly, there'll be future economic benefits that will flow to the business. In this case, we can rent the actual property for 2 years, and that's an economic benefit.